Have you ever noticed that almost everyone talks about becoming a millionaire as if the journey is perfectly even? Save another $10,000, then another 10,000, then another. It sounds like climbing a staircase where every step feels exactly the same. But what if that isn't how wealth actually works? What if reaching your first $100,000 is not just 10% of the journey, but closer to 1/3 of the entire trip to 1 million? At first, that sounds impossible. How could $100,000 possibly represent 1/3 of 1 million? The math doesn't seem to work. Yet when you understand how long-term investing really behaves, you begin to realize that the hardest part of becoming wealthy isn't earning your last $900,000. It's earning the first $100,000, because something incredible happens after that point. Your money slowly begins working as hard as you do. Then one day, it works harder than you do. Eventually, your investments start creating returns, and those returns begin creating even more returns. Suddenly, the climb that once felt impossible starts becoming surprisingly faster. Most people never experience this because they quit too early. They assume the slow beginning will last forever. It won't. Today, we're going to explore the surprising math behind why $100,000 may already put you 1/3 of the way toward becoming a millionaire. More importantly, you'll discover why time not income is often the greatest advantage an investor can ever have. My name is Theo, and I spend far too much time thinking about why the first $100,000 changes everything, and why so many people underestimate just how close that milestone can put them to becoming a millionaire. If you enjoy practical investing strategies, long-term wealth building, and learning how ordinary people can achieve extraordinary financial results, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If this video gives you a new perspective on building your first $100,000, your support truly means a lot. Most people imagine wealth growing in a straight line. They'd picture saving $100 today, another $100 next week, and slowly stacking $1 on top of another until one day they reach $1 million. That seems logical. After all, most things in life work that way. If you build a brick wall, every brick adds about the same amount. If you walk 1 mile every day, tomorrow you're just 1 mile farther than today. But investing doesn't behave like walking. It behaves more like planting a tree. When you first plant a tiny seed, nothing seems to happen. Weeks pass. Months pass. Sometimes even years pass before the tree appears impressive. Then something changes. The roots become stronger. The branches become larger. Each growing season produces more leaves than the year before. Eventually, the tree grows almost effortlessly because the foundation has already been built. Money behaves the same way. In the beginning, almost all of your wealth comes from your own effort. You work, you save, you invest. Your portfolio grows mostly because you continue adding money. Later, something remarkable happens. The investments themselves begin contributing more than you do. That's the moment many investors spend years trying to reach without even realizing it has a name. It's called compound growth. Don't let that phrase intimidate you. Here's a much simpler way to think about it. Imagine rolling a tiny snowball down a snowy hill. At first, it barely changes. Then it collects a little more snow. As it gets larger, every rotation picks up even more snow than before. Soon the snowball is growing faster, not because you're pushing harder, but because it has become large enough to gather more on its own. Your investments behave exactly like that snowball. Every dollar you earn can begin earning additional dollars. Then those new dollars start earning money too. Eventually, growth begins feeding itself. That's why the journey speeds up. Let's look at a realistic example. Imagine someone invests $100 every single week. Nothing fancy, no gambling on hot stocks. No trying to predict tomorrow's headlines. They simply buy a low-cost index fund that owns hundreds of companies across the American stock market. Instead of betting everything on one company, they're buying tiny pieces of many successful businesses. Think of it like owning a small slice of an entire shopping mall instead of opening just one store. Historically, the U.S. stock market has produced roughly 8% annual returns over long periods, although no year is guaranteed. Some years are fantastic, some are painful, but over many decades, 8% has been a reasonable average for planning purposes. Now imagine sticking with that $100 every week. No skipping when life feels busy. No stopping during scary headlines. No trying to guess the perfect moment. How long would it take to reach $100,000? Surprisingly, around 14 years. 14 years can sound discouraging. You might think, that's forever. But here's the question. Would those 14 years pass anyway? Of course they would. The calendar never slows down simply because we postpone investing. This is exactly where most people give up. They check their balance after 1 year. Maybe they see $6,000. 2 years later, maybe $13,000. It feels painfully slow. So they stop. What they fail to realize is that the slow beginning is not evidence that investing doesn't work. It's evidence that compound growth hasn't fully awakened yet. Think about learning a new language. During the first few months, every conversation feels awkward. Progress seems invisible. Then one day you suddenly understand entire sentences without translating every word. Was that improvement created overnight? Not at all. It was quietly building the entire time. Investing follows that same pattern. Now comes the surprising part. Once that investor reaches $100,000, getting to $200,000 usually happens much faster. Why? Because there are now two engines moving the portfolio forward. New contributions continue arriving every week. At the same time, $100,000 is generating its own investment returns. Instead of pushing the bicycle alone, it's almost as if someone has started pedaling beside you. Your effort hasn't doubled. Your results begin to. That's the reason so many experienced investors say the first $100,000 is the hardest. Not because the number itself is magical. Because it represents the point where your money finally begins carrying a meaningful share of the workload. Psychologically, it's also one of the biggest milestones. Before reaching $100,000, progress often feels invisible. Every market decline feels enormous. Every unexpected expense feels like starting over. Many people question whether investing is even worth it. But after crossing that threshold, something changes inside your mind. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to build wealth. You begin seeing yourself as an investor. That identity shift matters far more than people realize. People who believe their investors behave differently. They keep contributing during difficult times. They celebrate consistency instead of excitement. They think in decades instead of weekends, and those habits become incredibly valuable over time. The interesting part is that nothing outside has changed overnight. The market didn't suddenly become easier. Your salary may not even be much higher. What changed was your relationship with time. Instead of seeing time as something slipping away, you begin seeing it as your greatest financial partner. And that realization changes almost everything. Something else begins to change after that first $100,000. You stop measuring progress only by what you save. Instead, you begin noticing what your money earns. Imagine opening your investment account after a strong year and realizing your portfolio gained $8,000. The next year, maybe it earns $10,000. Later, $15,000. Eventually, $20,000 or more. At some point, your investments may earn more in a single year than you originally invested yourself. Think about that for a moment. How many hours did you work for those investment gains? None. Your earlier decisions are continuing to reward you long after you made them. That is the real power of compound growth. This is also why the journey from $100,000 to $200,000 often feels dramatically different. You're still investing $100 each week. But now your portfolio has become another contributor. It's almost like having a second employee working full-time for your future. Eventually you add a third, then a fourth. Except these employees never ask for a vacation. They simply continue working as long as you leave them alone. This is why the path to $1 million doesn't happen in equal pieces. The first $100,000 demands almost everything from you. Discipline, patience, sacrifice, consistency. The later stages increasingly depend on what you've already built. That's why people often say that reaching $100,000 feels like climbing a mountain, while the next several $100,000 feel more like hiking downhill with the wind behind you. Not because investing suddenly became easy, because your money finally developed momentum. So how do ordinary people actually reach that first $100,000? It rarely happens because of one huge decision. More often, it's hundreds of small decisions repeated over many years. One person chooses to invest every month before spending anything else. Another automatically sends part of every paycheck into an investment account. Someone else decides every annual raise will increase their investments instead of their lifestyle. Individually, none of those decisions seem life-changing. Together, they become transformational. Let's say you receive a $3,000 bonus at work. Many people immediately imagine a vacation, new electronics, or upgrading their car. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your success. But what happens if you invest that bonus instead? That single decision doesn't just add $3,000. It gives compound growth another opportunity to work for years. The same is true for tax refunds. Many Americans treat tax refunds like free money. In reality, they're simply receiving money that already belonged to them. Instead of spending the entire refund, investing even part of it can quietly accelerate the journey toward that first $100,000. Raises work the same way. Imagine getting a 5% raise. Lifestyle inflation immediately whispers another idea. A nicer apartment, a more expensive vehicle, more subscriptions, more restaurant meals, a slightly more luxurious version of everyday life. At first, none of those purchases seem expensive. But together, they slowly consume every dollar your higher income created. Before long, you're earning more than ever while feeling no wealthier than before. Have you ever wondered why that happens? Because expenses are remarkably good at expanding to match income. If every raise disappears into a more expensive lifestyle, your investments never receive the chance to grow faster. Now imagine taking half of every raise and automatically investing it instead. Your lifestyle still improves, but your future improves even faster. That's a trade many wealthy people quietly make year after year. The same principle applies to cars. A brand new luxury vehicle may look impressive today, but 5 years later it becomes just another used car. Meanwhile, the extra money spent on that vehicle could have remained invested, quietly compounding the entire time. Driving a reliable used car isn't about pretending money doesn't matter. It's about understanding opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is simply asking one question. What am I giving up by choosing this? Buying a more expensive car doesn't only cost the purchase price. It also costs the years of investment growth that money could have produced. That's an invisible cost many people never calculate. Cooking at home offers another surprisingly powerful example. Eating out isn't automatically bad. Everyone deserves convenience sometimes. But imagine saving $100 every week simply by preparing more meals at home. Coincidentally, that's exactly the amount in our investing example. Over many years, that habit alone could help fund the first $100,000. Small habits become surprisingly large when repeated thousands of times. Another opportunity many people overlook is the employer retirement match. If your company matches part of your retirement contribution, take advantage of it whenever possible. Think of it this way. If someone offered to double part of your investment before it even entered the market, would you refuse? Of course not. Yet countless workers leave that benefit unused every year. It's one of the closest things to free money available for long-term investors. Automation makes all of this much easier. Human beings are emotional. Some mornings we feel motivated. Other mornings we don't. If investing depends on motivation, eventually motivation disappears. Automatic investing removes that problem. The money moves before you have the chance to spend it. You don't need perfect discipline every payday. You simply need one good decision that repeats itself automatically. Now let's address one of the biggest fears people have. What if I invest right before the market crashes? It's a reasonable concern. No one enjoys watching their account balance fall, but here's another question. If you're buying groceries every week, would you complain when your favorite food goes on sale? Probably not. You'd likely buy more. Long-term investors should think similarly. When markets decline, every new investment purchases more shares than before. You're buying future growth at lower prices. That doesn't feel exciting in the moment. In fact, it often feels uncomfortable. But discomfort and opportunity frequently arrive together. History has repeatedly shown that every major market decline eventually gave way to recovery. No one knows exactly when. No one can predict the bottom consistently. That's why trying to time the market usually creates more stress than success. Instead of asking, when should I invest? Long-term investors ask, how long can I stay invested? Those are completely different questions. Inflation creates another common worry. People say, if prices keep rising, won't investing become pointless? Actually, inflation is one of the biggest reasons to invest. Cash loses purchasing power over time. $100 hidden under a mattress will still be $100 years from now. But it may buy much less. Owning productive businesses through diversified index funds gives your money the opportunity to grow faster than inflation over long periods. That's one reason investing has historically been such an effective tool for preserving purchasing power. Another concern sounds even more personal. I don't have enough money to invest. Many people imagine investing requires thousands of dollars. It doesn't. The habit matters more than the starting amount. $100 each week, $50, even $20. The important part is building the routine. Why? Because income often changes throughout life. Habits tend to stay. Someone who consistently invests small amounts is usually prepared to invest larger amounts when promotions, raises, or better opportunities arrive. Someone who never develops the habit often continues postponing, no matter how much they earn. This is why building wealth is often less about intelligence and more about behavior. You don't need to predict the next winning stock. You don't need to watch financial news every hour. You don't need to guess what the market will do next month. Instead, choose broadly diversified, low-cost index funds that own hundreds or even thousands of companies. Rather than trying to find the single fastest horse, you're buying the entire race. Some companies will struggle, others will thrive. Over long periods, the overall economy continues moving forward, and diversified investors participate in that growth without constantly making predictions. Perhaps the greatest challenge isn't mathematical at all. It's psychological. Can you delay gratification? Can you ignore the temptation to compare yourself with neighbors driving newer cars? Can you continue investing when headlines scream that everything is falling apart? Can you stay patient while others chase shortcuts? Those questions matter far more than your IQ. Wealth is often built by people who remain calm while everyone else becomes emotional. By people who keep investing while others panic. By people who understand that decades matter far more than days. One day, you'll look back and realize something remarkable. The portfolio that once seemed painfully small is now generating growth almost on its own. The milestone that once felt impossible has become a memory. And you'll probably ask yourself one simple question. Why didn't I start sooner? Time will pass whether you invest or not. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the calendar will continue moving exactly as it always has. The only difference is whether time is working for you or against you. So if you're waiting for the perfect salary, the perfect economy, or the perfect moment, consider this. The perfect moment rarely announces itself. It usually looks ordinary. One automatic investment, one consistent contribution, one patient decision repeated again and again. That is how $100,000 is built. That is why $100,000 is often the hardest milestone both psychologically and mathematically. And that is why reaching it means you're already much closer to $1 million than most people could ever imagine. Your future millionaire isn't created by one spectacular year. It's created by thousands of ordinary days spent making extraordinary decisions. Make today one of those days. Let time become your greatest financial ally instead of your greatest future regret. Start investing consistently. Stay patient. Trust the process. And allow compound growth to do what it has quietly done for generations. Thank you for watching. I wish you success.